Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a Friday night. And we begin tonight with new reporting. What ABC News has just learned about that deadly ambush in Niger. 4 young American Special Ops soldiers, 2 of them Green Berets, surrounded and killed. It's been 16 days since those lives were lost, and today President Trump was asked again to address the mission in public. Did they have adequate intelligence, adequate backup? ABC's Mary Bruce asks the White House today why so little has been said.
The week ended the same way it began, with questions about why President Trump still hasn't addressed the ambush in Niger that killed 4 Special Ops soldiers.
Mr. President, did you authorize the mission in Niger?
Thank you all very much.
Thoughts on the secretary?
And tonight we are learning chilling details about that ambush outside a remote African village. A senior intelligence official tells ABC News the Americans knew something was wrong when 2 motorcycles came racing out. The official telling us, quote, the hair on the back of their necks stood up. The official says a village elder seemed to stall to keep the soldiers there, and soon 50 militants were upon them, with small arms, vehicle-mounted weapons, and mortars, a sophisticated attack. The Americans were surrounded. Tonight, key questions remain. Did the unit get the proper advance intelligence and backup support? Officials say they didn't expect to be in combat. Also, was Sergeant David Johnson left behind? The rest of the unit pulled out, but his body was not recovered for at least 20 hours. The president's silent on the details, even as he takes credit for U.S. victories against ISIS.
I totally changed the attitudes of the military, and they have done a fantastic job. Yeah, ISIS is now giving up. They're giving up. They're raising their hands. They're walking off. Nobody's ever seen that before.
Why did that happen
good.
before?
Because you didn't have Trump as your president.
On the Hill, frustration is growing. Defense Secretary James Mattis today met with Senator John McCain, who's threatened to subpoena the Trump administration for information.
I felt that we were not getting sufficient amount of information, and we are clearing a lot of that up now.
The Pentagon has launched a full investigation, FBI agents on the ground in Niger to assist. But from the White House, few answers.
Will the president address publicly, and if so, when, what exactly happened to these 4 Special Ops soldiers?
The president, the Department of Defense, and frankly the entire country and government want to know exactly what happened, and when the time is appropriate, we'll talk about the details of the investigation.
The White House refuses to say whether President Trump authorized the mission in Niger, but they are still talking about his phone call with Sergeant Johnson's widow. His chief of staff, John Kelly, says he was stunned to learn Democratic Congresswoman Frederica Wilson was listening in on the president's conversation. Today, the president says Kelly has every right to be outraged.
He was so offended that somebody would be listening to that call. He actually couldn't believe it. Actually, he said to me, sir, this is not acceptable. This is really not. And he knew I was so nice. Look, I've called many people, and I would think that every one of them appreciated it.
And Mary Bruce with us live tonight from the White House. And Mary, one other development involving that call the president was speaking about there. White House Chief of Staff John Kelly lashing out 24 hours ago at Congresswoman Frederica Wilson, who heard that call from the president to the family of Sergeant David Johnson. General Kelly took aim at a speech she gave at a dedication of an FBI building back in 2015. Kelly had said the Congresswoman bragged about securing funding for the building. Well, today we learned from video that has emerged of that speech that the Congresswoman did not do that. She did talk about helping to get the building named in honor of 2 FBI agents who'd been killed, praising their work. So the White House was asked about this today. How did they respond?
Yes, David, and they are standing by Kelly's characterization. At today's briefing, the press secretary accused reporters saying it was highly inappropriate for them to question Kelly because he's a 4-star general. But the Congresswoman tonight says he's lying. David.
Mary Bruce leading us off tonight from the White House.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.